pandemic, the coronavirus situation is really dreadful, but we are grateful that we are able to play our part in addressing humanity concern. So our primary goal is to look at humanitarian crisis. So when we have coronavirus crisis, that we had a Ebola crisis, and we have some flooding, when we have emergency situation, we rush in to provide the basic humanity needs, human needs, so that people who are in dying need will be supported in that. But we also move on to help communities and people within those communities to set up their communities, create activity group, supply toys and some food for family member. And the next one, we look at the sustainable humanitarian work that we have. So we support schools, hospitals, communities, so that they look ahead of themselves, so that we don't just firefight, but we are preparing people for challenges that they may come across. So our main aim is to relieve the stress, as well as poverty, sicknesses, social isolation, with the object of improving the conditions of life, just as the people in the UK and those in Liberia. We also serve our other communities, the Guinean communities, as well as the Sierra Leone community. So our services are planned and organized by our volunteers and our directors, and are delivered in communities, working with community members. One of the biggest breakthroughs that AMB have now is about training, so building capacity, not just firefighting. Yes, we love to do some of those, not just preparing people for the future in terms of creating an environment where people are looking after themselves hygienically, but also they are adhering to public health advice and government guidelines around coronavirus. What we also do, AMB, we are registered member of a quality lesson scheme. So that means that we can train and give qualification with quality training to people, organizations, and as well as community groups. So that is very good. And one of the things that we are doing recently, we are looking at public relations. So as we can see in the moment that we are in now, everybody needs to have some public relation experience to be able to break through, thinking creatively, looking at the concept of the public, the relationship you want to make with other people, using the media, using social media effectively, and all of those training we can empower people to communicate well, communicate their issue, but also their progress. There's a lot of things going on in terms of success. People aren't able to actually communicate that very well. We can help you with that and look at some of the ethical aspect of public relations. So any part of public relations that you want to train your community in, how to create their own social media platform and be able to operate Zoom conferences as well as YouTube and making small videos, that's brilliant. Just come to us, we can do that. And quickly go to our next training on project management. So we can train you to manage your project. What we can also do to help you design and deliver your project. So we look at project management, project lifestyle, project life cycle. We look at project integration management. So in our community, we have different projects all working in one place. So how that integration works, so that every project is looked at individually but also part of the collective. So we look at the scope of that management, the time management within the project, the process management, as well as the project costs. So we are looking at quality of the project, and the project procurement, if you want to, effective strategic planning within the project. So any project, whether it's just small projects or big projects, AMB is able to help you to carry on that. We also deliver the following training, such as managing small project, as we say, equality and diversity training. We can do that. We can talk about house law, housing standard training. We can look at emergency first aid, conflict resolution. We work with interpreters for communities that are speakers of other languages. We're also working with volunteers and volunteer management, the rights and responsibility. We talk about nationality and citizenship, working with social services, effective communication and recruitment, child protection. We can look at that. We can also help you to register your charity via the Charity Commission, so we are able to do that. The other thing that we can do here at AMB, we train people how to face the public. So it's called motivational speaking. So how to face the public, how to speak in public, and how to prepare a beautiful speech that will move your audience. So motivational speaking, we also look at presentation skills. So using PowerPoint, but also making sure that you can map your presentation that it really gets to people. But we also look at inspiration speaking, not only motivating people, how can you inspire your generation? How can you inspire your client? How can you inspire people to wake up and aspire to something? It's wonderful, isn't it? One of the areas I personally have passion, is the forced migration and refugee protection. So we talk about different forms of migration. This is brilliant. We are working with University of Sheffield, University of Leeds. We are also working with Hallam University. So we train social work students at master level, occupational therapy students, and we train international students at the International Center at Hallam University on the Global Citizenship Portfolio. So come and get something. Just contact us. We'll be able to talk about what is migration, what is voluntary migration, forced migration, and the life experience of people who have migrated to the UK, and also those who have come forcefully to stay here. One thing that we are doing now in our community, we do something we call life coaching and counseling training. Not only that I am a life coach and I support people at all levels of your life in different situations, whether it's finance or financial, it's relationship, it's children, youth, and it is about marriage. We do that, but we can also train life coach. We can talk about the theory of life coaching. We can talk about additional theory of the perspectives of life coaching. We can talk about the overview of life coaching. We can give you practical life coaching and counseling skills, those ones that you will use to be able to support other people in your community. One thing, again, I wanted to add to the list is event management. So we just got another huge qualification and lesson to do event management training. But also we manage events such as wedding, christening, children, baptism, birthday parties, and all those anniversaries. We can be able to organize your event and help to deliver those events, prepare all the decoration and preparing catering and everything we can do for you. So we can do that. But if you want to train to be event manager or to do event management, then we can be able to give you training. So you contact us, we train you and give you certificate that is recognized in the UK and anywhere you go to. But we'll give you practical skill, linking you on into apprenticeship so that you will be able to practicalize and practice your skills after the training. That's what we will do for you if you come up. So the other thing we do is community development. At this time, we need people. We need people to break through situations. It's no longer about what you know. It's about how many people you know to work together. During the coronavirus, our life was not safe entirely by doctors or with money. It was all about people checking on each other. So community development, that's a setting of community-led organization, looking at long-term sustainable development, looking at fundraising, community charitable accounting, charitable bookkeeping. We can look at collaborative participation. We can look at internal and external capacity building, something you want to extend your community work over to the next country. We look at innovative dynamics and entrepreneurship. We can look at that. We look for charity and company registration. So if you want to register your company or your charity, you can also do that. We look at diversity and inclusion, something that our community need right now, and empathy building, equal opportunity, community formation, and charitable foundation that we have. So that is also something that we do. We also do trauma healing, that's individual and group. So whether it's Bible-based trauma healing for people who have come from war-torn country, if the coronavirus has triggered the experience you have for Ebola, for example, for those experiences you had during the fire outbreak or during terrorist attack, those are all traumatic experiences we go through. We can help you to detox so that you have a right thinking and move on with your life rather than pulling in the sea of worries and yesterday. So we can look at the first step to healing, and we can look at the trauma healing in terms of addressing the issue that you are faced something that make you to feel worthless, we can turn that into positivity. So so much, you just want to be in touch with us, and then we can be able to guide you to. So your first thing you do is to contact us. So you can email us on massasyan2002@yahoo.com. we put our information up here. You can email us, or you can also grab us on our website. You can just go on our website. It's www.ambg2hf.org.uk, www.ambg2hf.org.uk. Go there and you have all this information. You can also grab on Facebook at AMB Facebook. That also give you a lot of information. We are also on Twitter. We are on Instagram. And we are all the social media platforms just to raise awareness. One thing I know about this organization is that we are small, but we are very thorough in what we do. So we are not competing against anyone. We make every effort